So the Flying Fijians have just announced their lineup for the upcoming game up against the English. Now it will be the last time we see Fiji in action before their Rugby World Cup, where they are a part of Pool C. But jumping straight into their front row, it will be Oroni Maui at number 1, number 2. They have gone with Sam Matavesi, so normally it is between Matavesi and Ikanaveri. Although for this game, they have decided to rest Ikanaveri, so instead Togi Otama will get the chance off the bench. And then at number 3, it is Luke Tangi, a man who did come off the bench in the last game. Up against the French in the lock and duo, it is Asoana Silasila at 4 and Te Ahuaru Whirikadavita at number 5. Now in the last game up against France, they actually switched numbers. I don't know whether or not that was something to do with the jersey not fitting, or if there was just some late switch that the commentators didn't know about. But Whirikadavita was actually playing 4 in that last game, and Silasila at number 5. In the loose forward trio, quite a few changes from what we did see last week. Albert Tuisui makes his way into the starting side rather than Meri Dirialangi at 6. Number 7, Lakima Tangivalu. And then at number 8, once again, they have gone with Viliami Mata. At number 9, Frank Lamani. And number 10, Kayla Muntz. So they have stuck with that Fijian draw combination. Now, Lamani had a little bit of a 50-50 game overall. He won a few penalties for the Fijian side, but also ended up throwing that massive intercept pass, which allowed France to run in that easy try. Near the end of the game, Muntz at 10, I believe he will have kicking responsibilities and will be looking forward to yet again another challenge. Out on the left wing, Vinaya Habosi keeps his spot in the starting side. That man was phenomenal last game, managing to have some very strong runs along the way, bulldozing his way towards the try line. I believe if they don't manage to mark him too well, it will be Max Malins for this contest, who's going head-to-head with them. Vinaya Habosi could have a decent chance of getting all the way to the try line. In the centres, Semi Radradra at number 12, and YC Nayatalevu, the captain, at number 13. He didn't actually play in the last game. Instead, it was Osefa Masi, who we didn't really see a huge amount of. But in this one, with Semi Radradra and Nayatalevu as the midfield, it's going to be extremely dangerous. Number 14, it is going to be Celestino Ravatamanda. And then at number 15, to close out the starting lineup, they have gone with Elia Druasisi. Came off the bench last game. And in the starting lineup, they did go with Manwala. But this game, Druasisi gets that chance off the bench. It will be Zariel Togiotama, Hone Kuroi Duadua, and Samu Tawaki as the front row. Number 19, Timo Mainavanua, with number 20, Bienvalive Mira. So some strong players to come off the bench. Quite a bit of Fijian draw flair there, which of course is absolutely awesome to see. Number 21, Simeone Kuravuli. I feel he could actually be a real X-Factor player coming off the bench in this game. Number 22, Tite Tella. And then number 23 to close out this Fijian starting side, it is Kalaveti Ravovo. But that is the starting lineup and reserves for the Fijians in this upcoming game up against the English. It is going to be kicking off at 2:15 a.m. New Zealand time on the Sunday morning, but we will be covering it on the channel. So if you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, England have recently just announced their side. I've made quite a few changes compared to what we did see in last week's game. Just quickly looking through Alice Genge, Theo Dan and Dan Cole as the front row. Alongside them in the lock and duo, it will be Maro Atoje and Ollie Chisholm, a man who made his way off the bench in the last game up against the Irish. Number 6, Courtney Laws, the captain. Jack Willis at number 7, and Earl transitions to number 8, Alex Mitchell and George Ford, the 19 combination. So that is somewhere where the Fijians with Muntz and Frank Lamani don't quite have as much experience. They'll be trying their best to get it to the men on the outside where they can have a real impact. Johnny May out on the left wing. Number 12, Manu Tuolangi, and number 13, Ollie Lawrence. Number 14, Max Malins, and then number 15, they have gone with Freddie Stewart, who's very solid under the high ball. So that is somewhere that England might have that little bit of an advantage. On the bench, Jack Walker, Joe Marler, as well as Will Stewart, David Ribbons, and Lewis Ludlam going to be the other 2 forward replacements. Danny Kerr, Marcus Smith, and Joe March. And so the 3 Harlequins players all coming off the bench later on in this game. Like I mentioned, this is the last game for both of these sides before we head to that Rugby World Cup. And throughout that World Cup, we will be keeping you updated with all of the action, whether that is lineups, previews, reviews, and also the live commentary for every game of the Rugby World Cup. So if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all for the next one.